If life was as smooth as Heineken Silver.
Here's your beers.
Thank you. Hi, oh my god.
Who's that?
That's my old roommate. Completely forgotten her name.
Oh.
Is it Amy or Anna? Is it Charlotte? Maybe it's Charlotte. Hello.
Nina, have a silver.
It's not Charlotte.
Nina.
Heineken Silver, surprisingly smooth.
Not for persons under the age of 18. Enjoy responsibly.
Sorry, I've totally forgotten your name.
Have you noticed how Gob has never been this formal? Gob has never said the words, "I'm counting you in."
I think he's intimidated by there's too many people around today. Ladies and gentlemen, look at us now. One of the most recognizable, one of the biggest beer brands in the world is on That Z podcast.
Recognizable.
This man here, let me introduce this man.
Go ahead.
Before we proceed with this episode. He's got a very interesting name, eh?
You don't say.
Typical Dutch.
Typical Dutch name. Sounds like it's a name straight out of a movie. He looks like a Dutch James Bond to start with.
I like that.
And you won't believe what his name is. Jan van Velzen.
I believe that. I was talking to him right before this, and I was telling him that the guy that started the university that I go to, his name is Jan as well.
And the first white person to reach South Africa was what? Jan van Riebeeck. Remember? Right? 1652, if my history serves me
Indeed,
right.
correct. And one of the most used names in the Netherlands. So
Right.
maybe it sounds sexy here, but it's definitely not sexy in the Netherlands.
So like every second person in Netherlands is a Jan.
Or the first or the second name. You know, in the Netherlands, you got the habit that you got your, basically the name they call you, Jan. You have a second name or a third name. So a lot of people, a lot of boys, they have the Jan as the second or the third name.
So it's kind of like Mulenga here.
Or John in England.
Yeah, exactly. Or
John
Pierre
Smith.
in France.
Pierre in France, yes.
An iron in Ireland.
You see, there we have it. But I did tell you.
What's the common Zambia name?
Mutale,
right?
Mulenga, those are very common.
Okay.
Like almost every Bemba family has a Mutale, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, like we said earlier, look at us now. The podcast has grown to levels where we now have global brands
Do you want to introduce yourself?
on the podcast. My name is Kalenga. And you are?
I'm Elson. Why do you think everybody knows you? Introduce
I
yourself.
was going to do that later, though.
Baba.
You don't think I was going to do that
Or
later?
you just start talking to people without introducing yourself?
Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, a major thing is happening in the country right now. And you probably have seen this drink on the market already, but the launch is happening in a few days' time from the day of this recording. That's on the 15th of November. The launch of Heineken Silver. And Jan van Velzen is here to tell us more about this. Jan.
When you say here, this is Ciela Resort and Spa. Did I get that right? Cool. See, there you go. Thank you. I practiced in a mirror for that.
And I think Amelia would love us to emphasize the fact that it has one of the most beautiful swimming pools in the country. Look at her getting excited now. Jan, let's talk about Heineken for a bit. Heineken is one of the most recognizable beer brands in the world. For me, when I look at a brand like Heineken, I think to myself, how do you get to that level? How did you guys get Heineken to be such a recognizable global brand?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah.
The journey started 150 years ago in Amsterdam.
What?
150 years ago.
150?
Yeah, it makes you feel young. But the company
It
is
does.
quite old already. It's 150, which is not uncommon in the beer industry, by the way.
Right.
A lot of beer companies are quite old, and the brands as well. But there was a man called Geert Adriaan Heineken. So it's a family company who started a brewery in Amsterdam at the Stadhouderskade. And that particular brewery is still used by the Heineken company as a museum, or we call it the Heineken experience, to really feel the magic of the Heineken brand. So that is still a brewery which is still used as the Heineken experience. Next to it, we got the head office. Opposite the Heineken experience, you got the building where the former family used to live and still used by our CEO and the board of directors.
Wow.
All in Amsterdam.
All in Amsterdam, yeah, all in Amsterdam. And it's still being used by the company, but it is a family company. So after Geert Adriaan, his son took over, and he is the one who invented the famous signature A yeast. And that gives Heineken this distinct, consistent taste. And that combined, of course, with the green bottle and the red star, made the brand famous and well known. But it was Freddie Heineken, the third generation, who really expanded globally.
So who was Freddie?
Freddie was the son of the
Right.
the founder.
Right, the grandchild.
Yeah, the Freddie Heineken. And I met him once in my early days of the company. Unfortunately, he passed away. But you really feel his presence still today. So we don't have Heineken family members working in the company. They are on the board of the directors, obviously. But you really feel the presence of the Heineken family, Freddie Heineken especially, because he was the one who said beer can travel. And he was the one who really expanded the company to a multinational as it is today. You know, the Heineken brand is enjoyed in more than 119 countries. And he was the one modernizing the brewing techniques and really built this famous, iconic Heineken brand.
You know, it's incredible. Just picking up from what you said, that you still have the Heineken family on the board of directors.
Yeah.
For them to actually see the impact and how far the brand has gone.
Yeah.
Because for a brand to be this big and this old, you would have thought that the family would not have lived to have actually, seen the testament of how big this brand has gone.
But they do.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
we
that's
were
amazing.
very proud on it. And it also defines the culture in the company.
Yeah.
You really feel the family DNA,
Yeah.
I would say.
Yeah.
So one of the things I'm very proud of working for Heineken is that this company DNA, this company culture.
Jan, you've been in Zambia for how long now?
You mean in the Heineken company?
No, in Zambia. How long have you been
just
in Zambia?
over. No, I'm here for 3 months.
Okay.
But I'm the country manager since a year. Yeah.
So you've been in Zambia, give or take, about a year.
Yeah, operating in Zambia for over a year.
So from
yeah.
the time you arrived and seeing how people consume Heineken here,
Yeah.
how do you feel Zambians have received the whole Heineken brand for the number of years it's been in this country?
No, it's resonating really well, and we've been growing over the last couple of years, and especially last year. The Heineken brand is part of a bigger portfolio of beer, spirits, wine, and ciders, and it is really blossoming. And I think the consumers really appreciate the international appeal, the premium appeal of the brand, the taste, obviously, the quality of the brand. We have been growing ever since. We're still in the beer market. We are a small brand if you compare it to our fellow competitors. But no, it's doing well, and it has a loyal consumer base. It is well distinct versus the other brands, and it is it is the name on the wall. It is our company name. But we are more than just a Heineken brand. Just to make that clear. As said, we do have well-known ciders like the Hunters and the Savannahs. New kid on the block, the
Oh, is
Benini.
that you guys?
Yeah, we also sell that. We have famous wines like Nederburg and Drosti, Fort Street, Cellar Cask, Autumn Harvest, but also spirits like Amarula, Klipdrift, Viceroy. So we have a very rich portfolio of alcoholic brands, mainstream and premium, which is fitting basically every drinking occasion.
Okay.
Gob, feel free to cut this next part out, but imagine my delight when I walked into a supermarket and I opened the fridge. I don't know if I told you this story.
The Heineken Zero.
And I got the Heineken Zero. My eyes lit up.
I remember you posted that day.
You know what? Because now I could go to a braai and be cool.
Yeah.
Hold a beer in your hand.
A Heineken in my hand.
Yeah, and it is doing really well globally, and it really.
So it's not just me?
Not just it is globally.
Right.
No, really, and it really delivers on the need of consumers to enjoy responsibly.
Thank you for that.
No, really, it's important, and it is flourishing. Not just here in Zambia, small,
Right.
but it is definitely filling a need from the consumers. And as a company, we appreciate that. It's important that people enjoy our brands responsibly, and that they have choice, that they can choose in 0.0. And 0.0 is truly 0.0. So you don't consume alcohol, so it doesn't defocus you in any sort of way.
I get that.
So there was the Heineken, let's say the Heineken brand, the Heineken beer
Yeah.
for over 150 years. And then other variations started showing up in the market.
Yeah.
The Heineken 0.0, and now we've got the Heineken Silver.
Yeah.
Why though? Why Heineken Silver?
Well, I think it's important. It is all about the shopper, the consumer. And we put in everything we do, put the consumer first. And it is important, to become 150 years old and to remain relevant. You need to innovate. And innovate is not only, and we will talk about it later, in your brewing processes. because that's another way of being relevant into society, but also being relevant in terms of consumers. And you see in demand for a lighter, more accessible taste. So, and that is where Heineken Silver delivers. But Heineken Zero delivers in another need. And it all uses the famous signature A yeast. So it is familiar, but distinctive.
Okay.
So yeah, I think that is the most important thing. You know, the brand is important, it's big, it is iconic, but it's always about our shopper and our consumer, and putting them first in everything we do. And that drives the decisions and our innovations. So and you know what the future will bring, we don't know, and we work hard on improving our quality of our products and addressing more consumer needs. And it can be with the Heineken brand, but it can also be other beer brands like Amstel, Windhoek, or Sol or Desperados, or with other categories like wine, spirits, and wine. Because not every person is unique, and they have distinct tastes and preferences. So we cannot be successful by pushing your brand. You know,
Right.
you need to create this loyalty that they choose for you.
Wait, Jan. So there's the regular Heineken, which was
Yeah.
what we've been drinking for over 100 years, of
Yeah.
course. And then Heineken Silver.
Yeah.
But apart from the percentage, I know
Yeah.
the Heineken
Yeah.
Silver is a lower percentage
Yeah.
than a normal Heineken.
Slightly, yeah.
But what's setting it apart from the regular Heineken, apart from just the percentage?
So it is smooth.
Yeah.
It's an accessible taste. It's slightly more refreshing. It is using the same high quality ingredients like the Heineken Classic, and is using the A yeast. But most important is the innovation in the brewing process, because it is being brewed on a -0, -1.
I'm curious about that.
Celsius.
But what's the significance of that -1 in the brewing
That
process?
means that the taste is less bitter and more refreshing.
So the temperature guarantees that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so in different way, and that is basically the taste of every single beer is defined by its ingredients and the brewing process.
So
obviously.
how bad would it be if you brewed it at, say, room temperature?
Yeah, look, it will not have the same refreshing, smooth taste.
Serious?
That's
You're not
for
messing
sure.
with the taste.
No, that's and
Serious?
that we are very, very what's the English word? Determined about it. You know that the brewing process of Heineken Silver is the same
-1.
everywhere we produce it.
Right.
You know, it's based on the same ingredients. You know, the water is different, but we really secure everything we can in the brewing process. We secure to certify this taste. Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. So and this is really filling a consumer need for a more refreshing, accessible taste, especially from the more younger target audience. That's what we see.
Does that then determine the process in which you guys brew your beer? Does that then determine sort of where you decide to set up plant and brew the beer? Obviously, a lot goes into it.
Yeah. This is quite technical. It's not my area of expertise, but of course, after so many years, I know a little bit about it. You know, the quality of water is really important, and we are not also because we want to be environmental friendly, optimize, or let's say being CO2 neutral. So we want to be close to where the water source is. So the quality of that water needs to be high level.
Right.
That at the same time you don't want to be too far from your consumers, otherwise you have your trucks going back and forward. So it is a balance between the quality of water, the location of your consumers. But another thing is, and it's currently very important, is that a lot of our breweries are being built with solar energy. Again, in our ambition to be more environmental friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out, right, who your consumer is. What kind of person do you see who would consume Heineken Silver?
Now, what we have seen is that the younger target audience appreciates a more accessible, lighter, refreshing beer. So if you ask me, in general, you see a younger target audience.
Right.
And in Zambia, it's the younger, more modern Zambians who will be appeal to this product.
Does he still count as young?
I turned 39
I don't
a few
dare
days
to.
ago.
What? Sorry.
I turned 39 a few days ago.
Oh, sure. No. That's the beauty on Heineken Silver. You know, while it is appealing more to the younger target audience, I'm also.
So you don't regard me as young?
No, you're not young, sir.
I sense ageism happening on this set.
But you know, we have something for everybody. So you can take the you can take the 0.0, and I take the silver. So
He says we got something for everybody. Yeah, it's okay. 3 more years retirement. Wait, is this Starbucks that gives away like free coffee to senior citizens? Starbucks, right? Very soon, Kalinga. 1 or 2 more
I
years.
still got for like 40 years.
You say what?
I've still got 40 years.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah.
When we get your real age.
So Heineken Silver, how do you envision people enjoying Heineken Silver? Is it with food? Is it just a beer can take on its own? How does Heineken envision that?
I think it is in proposition because of its accessible taste and light and smooth taste that it fits every occasion. Yeah, it is this as long as it is being consumed responsibly, we are fine anywhere. It fits more premium, high energy occasions, but it also fits laid back, more mainstream occasions. So it's not typically like Desperados, which is one of our brands, which is more in a high energy on-premise environment. Heineken Silver is really addressing let's say a taste need from our consumer group, and it can be consumed everywhere. At home, in the bars, in the restaurants, it can be. Yeah.
You kind of touched on this, Ian. Sorry to take you back. What's the significance of the red star? Do you know?
Yeah, I do know. It represents the different elements of nature. Water, light. No, I need to correct myself. It represents the different ingredients of the product.
Ingredients of the product.
Let's leave it to this.
Okay, that is fine.
Trade secrets?
No, not that. I don't have the full answer.
Right.
Okay.
I just protect myself.
But then let's talk about innovation and sustainability. Heineken has always been like at the forefront of innovation in terms of brewing. Can you talk more about that?
Innovation is really important. It is just not a term. It is really about understanding your shopper, really understanding your shopper and your consumer and your environment you're operating. Because innovation is not just on the product, pack types and the flavors and the brands. It's also how you bring your brand to market and how you brew your brand and your beers. So it has always been, and Heineken Silver is a beautiful example and a testimony to our commitment to innovation. This is about flavor, it's about taste, it's about brand innovation. But I think the company is really proud about our innovations in the way we brew our beers and how we reduce our footprint, our carbon footprint, and how we reduce our water usage. And that's not something a consumer sees immediately, but it is to be successful in today's environment, you need to be mindful about the resources you use for your product. And that I talked about the carbon footprint, I talked about the water usage, I talked about any other waste in the process, as well as how you bring your product to the consumers. That needs to be optimized. You cannot have any inefficiency there because it generates fuel and the like. So the whole supply chain needs to be optimized all the way to the consumers. And indeed, the Heineken company is famous for the company culture, its people, but definitely also for the brand building capabilities. In the Heineken brand, beer can travel, the red star, the green bottle, it's an iconic brand. Everybody, most people in the world know that brand. But that said, we also innovate with other brands like Desperados and Windhoek and Amstel and the likes. And it is really about putting the consumer first. Because that drives decisions, that drives our processes, that drives where we invest. Is really understanding our consumer. And sorry guys, it is, you got global beer brands like Heineken, but you also have local beer brands. Which are very important to be competitive. Windhoek is, for example, a brand which is with a very strong local heritage, which is in part of our portfolio. It's coming from Namibia. It's doing really well. But yeah, every person is different, and they appeal to a different part of an element of the brand. And that, you also have people who drink a Heineken in the morning, or not in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening when they go out, they switch to Desperados, or they switch between beer and wines. And that's fascinating in this alcohol industry, is that, people have different choices, they have different preferences. It is not like the old days, maybe, that you have one brand, you stick to that brand always and ever for the rest of your life. It's not like that.
Heineken in the morning, did you let that slip because you usually have one for breakfast? Or
Heineken Zero for breakfast.
Oh, right. Let's talk about the fun side of Heineken, man. Like,
Yeah, no, absolutely.
November 15th, we have the launch happening
Yeah.
at
Wait,
CLF.
before that, actually,
Yeah,
I want
you got something? Okay.
just wanted to know the plans because you basically gave us the history, the plans that you guys have
Yeah.
for Heineken in Zambia.
Yeah. So we are a very young company. So we are called Heineken Beverages Zambia. I explained what the portfolio we have. We are a combination of the Heineken company and the Distel company. Distel brought in the wines and the ciders. Heineken obviously brought in the beers, and it brings together a very strong player in the alcoholic industry.
Right.
We are only 1 year old, and currently we focus very much on establishing the company. Improving our availability and growing sustainably. So that is really where we are. But we do see a need in the Zambian market for more choice within the category and outside the category. And we have a beautiful portfolio of strong brands, and we can provide that choice to the Zambian consumers. And I think what is so fascinating about the Zambian beer culture or the alcoholic culture is that the Zambian consumers are really open for new flavors, innovations, new pack types, to be exposed to different type of alcohol drinks besides the one they are used to. So for a company like Heineken Beverages Zambia and for a brand like Heineken to operate in an environment like that, it's extremely exciting.
Yeah,
it's really
absolutely.
exciting.
Yeah.
You know. So our vision is to grow sustainably, being relevant, bringing great consumer experiences to the market, bringing strong relationship with our partners. We cannot be successful alone. We do that with our staff, with also our consumers, with with the outlets, with our distributors, and we just we find our way in the Zambian market next to all the other beautiful, strong, good alcoholic companies.
I want to give something away. Virgin, if you're listening to this, where did Heineken originate? Where did it start? If you get this right, I'll give you a free power bank.
And it shall be sent to you regardless of where you are in this country, right?
No, right now, it's right there. There's the power bank.
Yeah, but I'm saying it will be sent regardless of where the person is in Zambia.
So tell me where Heineken
So
started.
the first person to get that correct, right? Right?
Gob, where did Heineken start?
Are we on the same set here? Belgium.
Yo, go ahead, dude.
Yeah, and I was talking about the fun side of
Yeah.
Heineken. I know it's something that we love to drink when we're having fun and stuff. But I know on the 15th of November, we are launching Heineken Silver officially in Zambia. It's been on the market, but we're officially launching it
exactly
on the 15th. But I'm thinking beyond that, the fun that comes with Heineken Silver. Do we have any festivals coming up? What events do we look out for?
Yeah, no, certainly. So the 15th is the first. We have done some stuff already in the last year, tastings and promotions, and But then the 15th is the official launch. The brand is mature enough to officially introduce itself to the Zambian consumers. So we will be. It's going to be here, by the way, in Shella. It's going to be amazing. But after that, we will have promotions, activations, campaigns, and events which are all centered around the refreshing taste.
May I make a proposal for a festival?
Yeah, absolutely.
Call it the Silver Festival.
No, absolutely. Bring it on.
People come dressed in silver stuff or whatever. That would work, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
What silver clothing do you have in your
I
house?
don't know. People,
You're not Cisco.
People will shock you.
You are not Cisco.
People will shock you.
Okay. You know who Cisco is? Yeah.
Yeah.
People will shock you. They'll actually dye their hair for this festival. Yeah.
Let's do that.
For the night, yeah.
So you'll do that on the 15th?
No. I have to be in a suit on the 15th.
You need to be in a suit.
I have to be in a suit on the 15th. I do have
You
to be
can
in
have a
suit,
silver
right?
suit.
Yeah. Sorry?
You can have a silver
I
suit.
want to see this. You're going to look like a pimp. That's what you
Mace in More Money, More Problems.
No, we don't want to bring up Diddy. No, this is a very family-friendly show.
Yeah.
No, but it's going to be amazing. But then after, you will hear more from the Heineken brand, the Heineken Silver brand. It's all about refreshing taste, but also it's about bringing a connection with the target audience. We want to bring it to our consumers and bring this meaningful connection.
So do you know what these festivals are?
Now you tell me, you know better, I guess.
Anyway, where there's a
You know
beach.
how cool we're going to
Anyway,
look?
where there's water.
Elson.
Oh, you mean the festivals we will be sponsoring?
Yes.
Or we will be present? Yeah, we will announce them later.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And we want to chill with you.
You want to?
You know how much street cred we're going to get chilling with the Dutch James Bond?
No, I do not. Tell me.
Serious. You have no idea.
Maybe I bring my tuxedo, my silver tuxedo.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Now, when I think of James Bond
My
and
name is
anybody
Velzen.
dangerous, you
John
really
van
think Dutch,
Velzen.
though?
The Dutch are too
We are, by the way,
peaceful.
sponsor of
They're
James
very,
Bond.
very
Heineken.
Really?
We are.
Wait, but doesn't James
No,
Bond
no, we are.
drink,
It makes sense why they
over
made you
20 years.
Zambia
No, yeah.
CEO.
But I'm not acting in a James Bond movie.
You do look like a
No,
Dutch
I-
James
I-
Bond.
You're good
I
price.
might be too old for it. And,
But you know-
my acting is not that great. But we are sponsoring James Bond, and in every single movie of James Bond,
He drinks a Heineken.
He drinks.
So no more shaken-
I was about to say the same
No
thing.
stirring.
Exactly.
Martini.
Exactly.
No martinis anymore.
You know, and
Wait,
if
so
he
it
really
doesn't-
wants to drink, he takes an Heineken.
Wait, so doesn't drink a martini anymore?
No, I think he does.
Can you replace that? You know how dope that would be if he walks up to a bar and orders a Heineken Silver?
Or you can blend this podcast
he
with
do
one
that?
of those movies. With
Didn't
one
he
of
do
those
that in
clips.
Casino Royale?
Yeah,
I saw
Casino.
that. Yeah, by the bar,
He's
he
going
ordered
to
a
the
Heineken.
bar and he's ordering
Yeah.
a Heineken.
Yeah, because I've noticed how they've been consistent with the car that he drives. Do you know what car it always is?
Aston Martin.
An Aston Martin.
Now it's a Land Rover, right?
I have got no idea about that. Is it?
Well, am I mixing movies here?
Yes, you are.
I could be.
Yeah,
I could
no,
be.
yeah.
But I did see the Heineken. thing.
By
I
the
thought,
time that
okay,
James Bond gets to Kitwe, the car has changed from an Aston Martin to a
Land
Land Rover.
Jan, November 15th, how exciting is this for you?
Yeah, no, it's
See how long
extremely
you've been
exciting.
Heineken,
You know, I'm very proud, of course, that we're launching in Zambia, and I think it's another page in the book of Heineken Beverages Zambia, and launching this brand after 1 year of existing and being present in the market, and delivering on our commitment to innovation is important. I've seen the team working very hard. The brand is doing really well, so the timing it couldn't be better. But no, I'm extremely proud that we launched it 1 year after we got into Zambia, and that we deliver on our commitments. You know, it's easy to say that innovation is important and that building your programs and your campaigns on the consumer insights is important, but actually doing that and deliver on it is makes you really proud.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm very curious. A lot of people study IT, they end up in big multinationals like Facebook and the Instagrams and the Yahoos and the Googles of this world. Did you join Heineken out of love for beer, or you just landed in this job somehow?
No, so when I joined Heineken, there was no Google, there was no Facebook, so I couldn't choose for those companies. So it's a long time
but you
ago.
love beer that much that you ended up at Heineken.
Look, I chose for Heineken because Heineken is a really global, entrepreneurial, very proud Dutch company, and it enabled me to travel the world, to meet new cultures. I've been abroad for over 15 years, mainly in Africa, and enabled me to develop my skills. As I mentioned, the company culture, which is really family, it has really family DNA, and it is a place where I can flourish and blossom as a person. And I've got really, and not only me, my fellow colleagues around the world, they got huge responsibility at a very young age. You get the trust of the company to do the things you believe are right, and from day one, I have some bad days, of course, but I'm really proud to work for Heineken already for 27 years.
27 years.
Yeah,
That's a lifetime. Wow.
That's a lifetime. Yeah. And so straight from university, I was hired into Heineken. I started in Amsterdam.
Whoa! How many years have you been with Heineken?
27 years.
27
27.
Yeah.
Like Mandela in prison.
Well, that must have been like the
27.
coolest job ever. Straight from uni, you go straight to Heineken.
No, yes, I would say, yeah. I can
That was the
disagree
coolest
with
job,
that.
wasn't it? you were the life of the party.
I must say, I mentioned the reasons why I joined Heineken. So it's really the entrepreneurship, and you've been sent to frontier markets to do what you believe is right. But I like sports. I'm a big sports fan.
Favorite sport?
And football.
Right. Favorite
So,
team?
As with everyone in the Netherlands, yeah.
So my Dutch team is Feyenoord.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Very
And,
political
but
answer,
British
Jan.
team is Liverpool.
Liverpool. Okay, cool.
Because also the Dutch heritage that
Right,
we got
right.
a few.
Do you remember the first kiss? Your first kiss?
My first kiss with the brand.
No. Your first kiss of the Heineken bottle.
Yeah,
First time you ever took Heineken.
No,
Where were you? Do you remember every tiny detail about that day?
I do remember my first kiss, not my first kiss with a Heineken bottle, but I
Yes.
do remember my first Heineken ad, which really made impression. Of course, I wasn't working for Heineken at that time. And it was an ad which was thought of by Freddie Heineken himself, because he loved marketing. He was really engaged in building this brand globally, and he was the one behind this ad, and it was it was around the song "What a Wonderful World" by Louis Armstrong. And it was a very, very emotional ad, very relevant at that time and very relevant today. And so that's the first ad I remember from Heineken. But over the years, Heineken has been very notorious, or well known for its ability to bring breaking through advertising campaigns. This is just one I'm mentioning, which really made impression on me. But ever since till today, we have fantastic campaigns, which really resonates with the consumer.
All right. That was the first Heineken sip. Let's talk about the Heineken Silver now. Did anything stand out for you the first time you took
the
Heineken
smoothness,
Silver?
definitely. The smoothness and the refreshment of the brand. It is light and accessible, as I mentioned earlier, but it is also very familiar. You know, it's very familiar to the Heineken classic brand, and of course it is based on the same ingredients and the same A yeast, but because of the different type of brewing, you know, Heineken Silver is being able to offer this refined taste with the same quality. So that's what if you ask me when do you choose Heineken Classic and when do you choose Heineken Silver, it's also a bit how I feel that day or that moment.
Right.
But I really appreciate Heineken Silver, the more accessible, lighter taste.
Since you've been in Zambia, I know we kind of spoke a little right before we started shooting, which I typically hate, because then I kind of already know the answer because we've already spoken. But
And you feel like you're repeating the conversation, yeah?
right? And your reaction is never as authentic, right? What's your impression so far and your experience having been in Zambia for the time?
Can I add to that question?
Let's try to enrich what I said earlier, then make it a little bit surprising and excitement for you as well.
Give me new information, Jan.
I'm enjoying every single day since I got here, really, and it is very hectic. I'm all over the place since I got here. There's so much work to be done, but it's so fantastic to see how the business blossoms and that really the plan comes to life, and that we really get paid off for all the efforts. And to see the team working hard, and that their strategies and their effort is paying off, and that our customers and consumers are appreciating work we do. As a personal, it is fantastic to work here. It is fantastic to work with people who want to progress in life. We want to undertake new challenges and want to learn and to move forward. And I've been very impressed by how I've been welcomed by the team, but also in a wider context by the Zambians. How friendly the people are, how beautiful the country is.
That is true.
And how resilient the people are. Really extremely impressed. So I consider myself as a lucky guy. How do you
create a good or healthy work-life balance?
Wait. I need to add to your question
Yeah.
about his experiences in Zambia.
Yeah.
You've been here like a little over a year, and the Dutch and the Zambians.
Yeah.
The differences in how we drink. Have you seen any? How do Zambians drink? How do the Dutch drink?
That's a very easy distinction.
Let him answer.
What do you think?
I'm sure he's observed a few things. I want to hear his opinion.
The Dutch drink more.
The Dutch drink more.
Zambians don't drink much.
That's certainly.
Crap, and I thought Zambians drink a lot.
Let me tell you my experience. As you answer that, I remember going to a bar in Maastricht, and they had a beer glass.
Yeah.
The size of your leg.
Yeah.
Your actual physical leg
Yeah.
was the size of a beer glass.
Yeah.
And that was dirt cheap.
Yeah.
And I said, if this was in Zambia,
Yeah.
people would be sleeping at the bar.
Yeah.
The Dutch drink more, yeah?
The Dutch drink more. I need to admit that.
Yeah.
And I cannot deny your story about the beer glass.
Yeah.
I'm not certain where it is this size. Maybe in Germany they have that size. In the Netherlands they're slightly smaller. But that's not necessarily something we are proud of, to be honest. So, but I cannot deny it either.
Right,
What I like about the Zambians, they're very open to new flavors and new brands, and that is some maybe different in Europe, where beer has been established as a drink, as a beverage, a long time ago, centuries ago, and I think beer as a category is relatively new in Zambia, and where from a single brand or a single type of beer, we are now also expanding into low alcohol, no alcohol, more accessible taste. So you see this beer culture developing in Zambia. and not only in flavors and pack formats, but also in brands, and that is really exciting to see. And for me, as a country manager and with a history in sales and marketing, it is like a dream come true to work in an environment where good ideas they really found ground.
Jan, that's in comparison between the Dutch and the Zambians. But is there a country you've been to where you're like, okay, crap, these people actually drink more than the Dutch?
South Africans.
Serious? No, particular parts of South Africa they drink a lot.
Yeah.
But is there a country that stood out for you?
Germany is
The
famous.
Germans.
Like the
Nobody
Germans,
likes the Germans, yeah.
so the Germans and the Czechs, that's another league, I would say. That's another league. But again, I don't think it's a lot about the quantity. It's just more about the quality. It's like, we're not proud of huge volume. We are really about more a premium company where we were. Our brands are also a bit more expensive. It's about the quality. It's about the quality of socializing, making connections. It's not about drinking the most. That is not what makes us proud.
Okay. Which country consumes the most?
I think it would be Germany
Right.
or Czech, one of the two.
Czech Republic.
Yeah, I think one of the two.
Okay.
On beer,
on beer, right. Yeah.
I think one of the two.
Okay.
It's not the Belgians, it's not the Dutch, and it's also not the Zambians. That I can guarantee.
Right.
No, but the beers in Germany, and that's where you see what I said earlier. So a beer can travel. I think Heineken was the first really global beer brand. And in Germany, you have a lot of cities and villages where they got their own brand still today.
Ah, right.
And that's what we mean. Beer can be very local, but beer can also be very global. And the Heineken brand is a very global brand. Right. I mentioned Amsterdam. We call Heineken is born in Amsterdam, raised by the world. It's truly, we are born in Amsterdam. That's where we originate from. But we are raised by the world. Heineken is a truly global brand. And if we talked about what I like in the brand, and you talked about party and excitement and the magic of Heineken. We talked about James Bond, but we also do Champions League. We do Formula One. I love football. I love Formula One. We got Max Verstappen. It's a Dutch guy doing really great. So it's fantastic to be part of a company, being responsible for a brand. Which associates itself with that type of sponsorships. That's talking about the magic of Heineken. I think that is the magic of Heineken. Really, that associations.
I guess another thing that people take for granted is how people are able to resonate and bond because this is such a global brand.
Yeah.
Whether you're from Zambia, you meet somebody from Netherlands, you can bond purely on the fact that you both like the same beer.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's something that can bring people together.
Yeah. You sound like the brand ambassador.
Right.
No, Heineken's more than just beer. It's about connection.
Right. Absolutely.
It's really beer is just beer, but it's really about building these meaningful connections between people, this enjoyment, and that is where the brand is all about.
Yeah.
And that said, the quality of the beer must be in guarantee. That must be there. We are consistent around the world. That's a condition. But other than that, we are building the brand based on human connections and enjoyment.
When this spoke of sport, I thought you'd say cricket. So you guys are pretty good at cricket.
The Dutch, we bet the South Africans 2 years ago.
I know.
Yeah. But now we are in the world ranking. We are not doing that great. Now we are not sponsoring of cricket. Or at least not that I know of.
Well, you should. You know how long a cricket game is?
It starts in the morning. You start with 0.0 and you can take it all the
right.
Yeah. No,
right.
Good thinking.
Yeah. I'll send my invoice on Monday.
Oh, you cricket?
No,
Invoice
for giving you that idea.
Okay.
We can do the quick fire game now, yeah?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, Jan. Let's do a quick fire round. Just options here. Beer. What's your favorite type of beer? Lager or stout?
Without doubt, lager.
Lager.
Yeah, the refreshing taste and the smoothness. That is. Stout is a nice brand and for a very specific and niche proposition, but I prefer lager.
City life or countryside?
Bring it.
The energy of the city life, the variety it offers, but I can really appreciate the country life once in a while, especially with my family, going out there, having a good time. But most of the time, city life. I come from Amsterdam, so.
Yeah, when you say Amsterdam, again, feel free to cut this part out. We think of totally different things.
Yeah, I mentioned. I mentioned. So we don't need to go
Everybody
there, but
No, we're not
I heard
going
this
to.
before.
Oh,
You
you
heard of a
that
certain
before,
district, right?
You say what?
We all think of a certain district,
I don't know
right?
what you're
There are a
talking
few
about. sir.
items.
Yes.
There are a few
Why did
items.
you just turn red there? Yeah.
No, it doesn't turn me red anymore.
Oh, you used to?
I used to. No, I don't. You know,
Right.
that is the beauty of of Amsterdam.
Yeah.
You know, this.
How diverse it is.
You know, and it is totally accepted, and it is not weird, and it defines the city, it defines the Dutch culture, and I think we deal with it quite well. And
Yeah, absolutely.
And it is, you mentioned it, but there are a few other items really defines the Dutch culture and the Dutch country. But yeah, no, it's not something I'm embarrassed for. At the contrary,
You shouldn't.
No, I shouldn't. No.
Iconic
Yeah.
is what it, especially the little, I don't know what you call it, the river that runs right in between, I don't
Like
know
in the
what-
city center, yeah?
like in the city center,
Yeah,
a lot of
the
bikes on
canals.
the canals.
No, but I don't. I thought you were not referring to the canals.
I know what you thought I was referring to. The very famous street.
The very famous streets and the very famous shops and the very famous,
Right.
Very famous
people
district.
and the very famous
The famous district.
Yeah. I will take you once to Amsterdam. I will
You should.
show you around.
You should.
No,
Morning
You,
or night
say,
person?
you say quick fire. Oh, cool.
Morning or night person?
morning. With hands, 2 hands now.
What time
No,
does your morning
5
start?
o'clock. Yeah, 5:30.
Pretty much the same
Do you have a
as well.
routine?
Yeah, I do have a routine. It's a combination of sports and family and
Sports
getting
in the
ready.
morning?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well,
no, if I don't do it in the morning, I will
He,
not get
he
to
has
it.
no idea what he's talking about when it comes to sports and fitness, this one. No idea.
Do you want to tell me what sport you do in the morning? Or you watch? Do you
No,
watch? Or?
No, I
He works
enjoy
out.
sports, but that's something for the evening.
He works
I,
out.
I work out in the morning. Yeah,
can't
exercise.
relate.
So,
Sorry.
what routine do you do?
So I get up and basically immediately I get into my shorts and then I do the running or the rowing. I got the machine at home, one of the two, and then I'm finished when the kids get awake, and then I have breakfast with the family, and then they leave for school and I leave for work, and that goes daily. And that happens in Zambia, that happens in South Africa where I lived. There's no change to the rhythm, but the kids, let's be honest, they define the rhythm.
The Bible, Jan, says only the evil runs when no one is chasing them. Why am I running?
Now, when you get older, you might,
I might want to start.
you might
The
understand.
rowing I
You
could
might
join
understand.
The
The rowing, no, that's a lot of
because I
fun.
go kayaking quite a bit.
Yeah,
I do a lot of rowing and then I can
what do you
watch
mean? What do you mean when he
podcasts.
gets older? At 45, is not old enough already.
Who's 45?
He looks like 25.
Thank you.
With this
because I am 25.
Right.
Yeah, don't listen to him. You said quick fire. Let's go.
No, I'm done with the quick fire. Just my last question. You can add one after if you want to. Jan, you mentioned you've been with Heineken for 27 years,
Yeah.
and I'm assuming there's many more years with you and Heineken to come.
Yeah, I hope that.
What would you want your legacy to be at
What-
Heineken?
What? Sorry, say
What would
it
you want your
legacy.
legacy to be?
again.
What do you hope your legacy will be?
In Zambia, I want to really create this leading premium brand, which is part of the social fabric in Zambia, which is proud of the sustainable growth with its partners, like the stakeholders we have, the distributors, with society, with a strong team. And leaving the company in a better state than
found
I
it.
arrived. Yeah, that's what I would like to. Very simple, basically. Leave the company in a better state than I found it. Yeah.
Right. Nice question. Nice answer.
Incredible. This has been fun. I mean, we could do this all day. I honestly love to pick the brains of people that have a totally different perspective, are bringing totally different part of the world. So it's a pretty interesting learning curve.
Oh, thank you.
And
sir.
I promise you, after this, I'll be looking at this brand a lot different.
Yeah.
People see it, people want to be associated with it because it looks cool.
Yeah.
I can tell you that. But one thing I'll tell you is, there you go, Kalenga. People love a good story.
Let's just talk about it.
People love a good story.
Yeah.
And the fact that you give people a story,
Yeah.
they sort of now buy into the dream,
Yeah.
buy into the
Yeah.
vision. Because I didn't know about Freddie. Now I do.
Yeah,
Freddie
Guess,
Heineken.
guess what I'm going to be telling people next time I'm in a bar?
yeah,
About Freddie.
yeah. No, that's
You
the
know how-
story behind the brand, the magic behind the brand.
Right. You
And
know
then-
how cool I'm going to sound?
Pretty cool.
Right.
Very informed. Allow me to have a taste of Heineken Silver. The first one this year? No. First one this month.
today, the first one today.
First one today, actually. And the first one this month. But I think I'll be drinking more of these, seeing as...
Well, I did say, oh yeah, they're both silver.
Seeing as we now have a relationship with Heineken Silver.
And the
I
bottle.
hope you enjoy it.
It kind of looks like that.
Go. Hey, you should have a taste of this, man. Oh, you should have. Behind the scenes.
It looks pretty nice. I love this.
Yeah, it's the iconic bottle, the green bottle. Where Heineken is known for, and you see those E's. They're smiling. We call them smiley E's.
All
You
right.
call them what?
You
now?
see, smiley E's.
almost like
just
emojis,
look at
yeah.
it. Exactly. Look at that. It's a smiling E.
Oh, right. I see that. That's-
That is
Are
Freddie Heineken.
there any hidden details on the bottle? Because
Yeah,
it's just...
I would say.
Oh,
that's-
he's just showing you one.
that-
no. Are there any more hidden details?
this is. I would say this is the most iconic one.
All right. Smiling
It's a
E.
smiley E's, and again, that has been thought about or invented by Freddie Heineken. He turned the E's, and he called them the smiley E's.
You know who the first person that's... I promise you, it was somebody that was drunk. Yeah, dude, if you take a look at this E,
He's actually smiling at you.
it looks like it's smiling at me.
Fam. Jan van Velzen.
This was amazing.
It's been great having
This was
you.
incredible.
Thank you, gents, and thank you for having me. It was a pleasure. Love to talk about the brand and the company and my wonderful team, and so thank you. And looking forward to the 15th of November.
15th, when we officially launch
Absolutely.
Heineken Silver, and I really can't wait for that.
Cool.
And the fun we're going to have on that day.
Cool. Thank you.
Jan, thanks a lot for coming through.
Thank you. Thank you, gents.
All right, Jan.
Thank you.
To the next episode. Cheers.